Oh, hell no. It's showing all the mess. I don't like that. That ain't good. Trying to. Yeah, hello, all. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Lisa Pittman. If you wonder why, when you're viewing, it looked like this, I'm trying to show ways on when I'm writing and stuff. So, a lot of people get confused when they're writing. Well, how do I start writing? Where do I begin? What do I first write about? You have to get that kind of flow niche going. And once you get that flow niche going, I promise you it gets a whole lot better. And a lot of people get really, really nervous when they don't think they have what it takes to be a writer. We all have what it takes to be a writer. Don't let that throw you off as being a writer. Because we all get stuck. We all have some kind of struggle. At times, I'm going to click on another tab. So whoever comes in, just make sure you speak and hit that like button. And try your best to stay to the end if you're not too busy. This video is talking about how to basically get your flow, how to start writing. And let me come over here and hope it don't cut me off. I'm still here. Just stay on to the to the end of my video. And I don't want it to exit me out because I don't have no exit button on here. And I'm just trying to find it. It's not showing what I'm looking for exactly. Wait a minute. Let me click back off of here. So I don't have no small tab where I can just view out of here. But it's just different things. It's different things. I could put it like this, and it shows you all me typing, but that's too close to it. You want to get it a certain way. And it's also showing with this camera, you can see me on the screen right there. See my fingers? Hi. I'm just playing around with my camera a little bit, but it's not showing. I know when you buy them little fancy cameras you use with the tripods, you can get the small ones that sits on your table, your desk, or you can get the ones you can hold in your hand. I don't have those kind. This is pretty much a basic, but it's a Logitech, and it's a great camera. It's just I want it to show and tell of certain things. Like a thumbnail, I want to show in a thumbnail me doing my writings. I can't quite figure that out yet. But I'm working on it. I will figure that out eventually. So yeah. I'm just going to basically figure that out later and just hope for the best. That's all you can do, right? You just hope for the best. Sorry for all the wiggling around and blurriness. This is my morning hair look. I haven't even brushed my hair, really. Been doing other things, but just sometimes I have my morning hair look. I mean, who gets all their paint on and gets their hair all perfectly fixed when they first wake up? But yeah, this video is talking about how to get the flow of your writing, or how to get started writing, basically. You put in your mind what you want to write about. Or if you got notes and you took notes on it, go through your notes and refresh your memory and look at the idea. Find out the idea. What title do you want to write for your story? If it's an essay, you have to figure that out. You're going to be the author of that story, or the author from your future points of getting your book published. You have to be the one to figure it out. Writing is not easy. Some people can have their earbuds put in and they can play a certain song. People around them don't distract them. Their music don't distract them. Sometimes having music lightly played in the background, sometimes it gets your thoughts flowing. If you're a songwriter, that helps get your thoughts flowing, just playing a little bit of music with your earbuds. I did a good many bit of uploads yesterday. Got a little bit of views, a few comments. I gained 2 new subscribers. And again, I thank you all. Whoever you are, you know who you are that subscribed me yesterday. I thank you. One of them was Fun Mountain. I don't know who the other one was, but because it don't always show unless you somehow send it to me through a notification. But yeah, you all want to know the deal, and I know this ain't part of the video, but I just got to throw this in here. Reason why my outlet and the power and all kept messing up on the outlets is a certain wire. It's all wired on the same circuit. So my partner had to go out there and figure out which one it was. He has a tester. That's dangerous, that can burn your house down. So he's got part of the connector somewhere, I think on that side where my Roku was at. I think he disconnected the power on it. And that was the reason why my outlet kept messing up behind my couch. Right now I'm using a drop cord from my kitchen to charging up my computer. Because he says it was still working back here, but it wasn't working. I'm not going through the trouble and hooking all that back up. I'm just leaving it like it is, and what he's going to have to do is buy some more wire and rewire everything, because that's dangerous. I stayed up late last night. My nerves was worried about that. You want to make sure your wires and everything are hooked up right and they're safe. They outdated, of course, you need new wire. I'm not an electrician. I don't mess around with stuff like that. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, when you write, just like, for example, I talked a lot about my story that I just started on. It's not finished. I added a little bit more to it, but it's not finished. The main thing before you even start writing or doing your videos, or, it could be a hobby. You might want to do your live streams. It could be a hobby for you, is to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. I do some writings, practicing tips in this journal. I record some notes in here. I got notes in all kind of journals, but the main ones that I use, you all notice that you see a lot of my videos. You hear me looking down, reviewing things, or sharing things that I just wrote down. You just write. Whatever comes to mind, just write. Sometimes I shared a couple videos where this is outdated. You don't see too many people use these no more, but it still works. Sometimes I'm practicing audio or just recording my voice, reading my stories out loud, or just in general, any book or story. This right here helps you get over camera shy. If you don't want to do audio in your computer, if you have one of these older, outdated cassettes, this works perfect for doing your practice audio, getting your voice out there, practicing using your voice. And this works wonders. I've done that a few times. So I have all kind of these tools that I use. And since, in a lot of people's videos, you see the letter of their name, like in the background, their shells. I don't have one of those yet, so I've made my own. It's kind of ghetto. I cut it out of construction paper and wrote a big L on it. Represents my name. It's nothing fancy about it, but it works. I've advertised it on one of my thumbnails. But anyway, back to what we was talking about. How to get the flow started with your writing. You just write. The last little bit that I didn't add from the other thumbnail or the video, this is the last section that I added to my stories, and I told you I wasn't finished with it. And I think I retitled it because it sounds better. I named it Suzanne and her two pets, named Biscuit and I think Sparkle. I think I renamed it. If I hadn't, I'll go around and reword it and rename it, because I thought that sounded better and it fit better with the description of my story. It was like 4 lines, and this is the other part that I added to it. Suzanne gets a phone call from her BFF Roxanne. They are catching up on one another's updates and lives, etc., etc. And then I stop there. You don't have a lot of flow. You don't want to push it and overload yourself, because you're going to forget the meaning of what you was writing with that piece or that story. Make sure your mind's clear for any negative energy, for one. And make sure that you're relaxed. You got your morning coffee to set your day, if that's what gets you started, or your warm hot tea to set your day. Get all your writing tools you need, everything you need, before you worry about trying to write. Once you have all that set out, we're going to use this for example. And say we're going to write, trying to see if I have a whole jar thing I keep my pens in. You all see it right there. And if I don't keep them in something, they'll disappear. And I hate it when I have to constantly fight around and hunt for pencils and pens. It's aggravating. It kind of slows me down and messes my day going, like my flow of my day. This is my morning coffee. If you all drinking it with me, cheers. My partner broke my puppy cup. If you wonder why y'all ain't been seeing me use it lately, he broke the handle. Can't hardly carry it and can't get grip of it without a handle, especially when it's real hot. And it's just made. So I had this a few years. He ordered this offline. He paid like $13 for this cup. And it would light up. It'd go dark. The eyes, when it cools down, the eyes closes. When it's hot, it lights up as warm. And that's one of my favorites. I have more than one. But that cup's no longer in use, my puppy cup. I was a little disappointed, but it happens. Back to where we were. At times you'll hear me get off a little bit, but when it comes to me, I get back on track. For those who's just starting out and never wrote a story in their life, let's go over the steps first. I'm writing this down at the moment. We're going to list the steps of it. Step number 1. Make sure you're relaxed. Be relaxed for number 1. Number 2. Let go of negative energy. If you got all this negative energy going on with you, you're not going to get very far. And all that negative energy, it's going to feed off and it's going to feed in for whatever you're writing about. And it's not going to be a good to writing piece. Number 1, relax. Number 2, let go of your negative energy. Number 3, be yourself. Number 4, figure out who you want your characters to be. Analyze it in your mind. Think of what they look like. What name would fit your character? What do they want? What do they need? What's the the situation or the trouble they stay into. See, this is part of outlining your characters. You have to write them down, list it, all that before you put it into a story. But I kind of did it a little opposite. I started getting a flow of my writing first. So I started on my story, and then the characters I used or already had at the time, I used that to outline my characters. You got to start outlining your characters. That's a tough one. That takes a while to work on your characters. Some writers don't even use but 2 characters through the whole story. I say you use multiple characters, so you have enough to play with to do things with the story about them. Number 5, start your story. I might change 3 to 1 and put number 3 for relax. Number 1, most of all, be yourself. I'm going to mark that out and change that around. Number 1, be yourself. Don't try to be somebody you're not. You heard me say that lots of times. You have to be yourself. Number 2, let go of your negative energy. Number 3, relax. If you're all tensed and, oh, how am I going to get this done? I got a deadline. You're too worried. You're too all over the place. Your mind's not going to be relaxed enough to know what you want to write. Make sure your mind's relaxed. Number 4, you got to work on outlining your characters. You got an idea who your characters is, but you got to start putting things, stories about them, who they are, what they need, what they like, what they don't, the color of their eyes, the color of their hair, their height, the weight. You got to list all that in your characters. Then number 5, start off with your story. I can't tell you what to write. This is your idea. You got to figure out what you want to write with your story. And that's how to start off writing tips. And I listed in 5 steps. And I know there's more than that, but this is just the basics to get you started. A lot of people are panicking. How do I start writing? What do I write? You can say, I'll do an example, but don't copy it. It's just an example. Example story. Let's see if I got my outlining of the character right. I'm going to list all my characters first. I'm outlining my characters. Say I'm listing only 3 characters for this piece. And the characters' names that I'm using in this example story are Sue, Rob, and Mike. They're all males. Did you notice I didn't list no females? It don't have to always be females. It can be males. It can be just females. Or you can use both male or female. Sue is tall, skinny, with green eyes. That gives a little abbreviation. I didn't leave enough room to list everything, so I'm just making it short. This outlining of these 3 characters are very short, but it's giving you an idea how to outline your characters. You got to know that. Know what the character's about, their pros and cons, their good and bad with themselves. You got to list it before you even try to write the story. That helps your story come through better. Rob is short, thick. He's got dark hair and brown eyes. See, all the characters different. Mike, tall, skinny, shaved head. He doesn't have no hair. And he has hazel eyes. You want to list their work occupation. He's a business in marketing. Business marketing, M-A-R-K-E-T-I-N. It's important to check your spelling. Make sure your words are spelled right before you actually go publishing. If you feel like everything is done, make sure you go back and proofread everything you write. That's always important, you guys. Proofread what you write. This example is not much, but this is how you start off once you list the line of your characters. The three characters are Sue, Rob, and Mike. Sue is tall, skinny, with green eyes. Rob is short, thick, and dark hair. Mike is tall, skinny, shaved head, with hazel eyes. Work occupation. I've only listed Mike. He is in business marketing. So you get the idea? I told a little bit of description about each three characters there. That's how you do it. Sue, Rob, and Mike. It's not done. I'm not going to really go no more with this, go on further. It's just showing you how to start it off, how to outline it. This is steps how to start writing. We discussed the 5 steps on that. So it's challenging. There's competitors all over the world. People just, some of them is just writers, some is just bloggers. And there's authors. There's new authors out there. I've not become an author. I've never completed everything yet. Just got done my rough draft. Took me 3 years to write this rough draft. And I've been writing what? Some of y'all remember what I said? How long I've been writing? How young I was? 10 years old. That's a long time from 10 years old to my age now. I'm 46 years old. And I'm still learning something new about the writer's life, the writer's world. And I love learning. If you don't learn, you're not going to know nothing. You should want to strive to learn something every day. And you might not realize it, but you're learning something new every day. And I think this is awesome, you all. This is so great. It's awesome. And once again, after being on 22 minutes or something, I have 0. Nobody's even thought about coming in. And it's early. Maybe it's too early. I'm going to back out of here and try to do this. I don't know. I'm just going to see how it's going to do. If I don't like it, just a warning. If it don't fit me, it didn't look right, I'm going to delete this video out and I'll do another. Might be a little bit later, a few hours later. I'm not sure yet. Because I'm going to still be working on my story and doing some other things. Well, if you like this video, I know I jumped around a little bit. When it first comes on, you see my laptop. Don't let that make you run away. I'm just trying to figure out how to set it up where it's showing me doing my writings like it does on other people's video. Writers, bloggers. And I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm still learning things with this Logitech camera. And I actually pronounced it wrong and said Logitech. It's pronounced Logitech. But I'm still learning things. I'm trying to learn how to adjust it a certain way. With this one, you have to tape it on to get it to sit the way you want it. But I don't want to tape it. Because when I get ready for bed at night, I put it up, I wrap it up, and I put it up in a safe place. And I like to keep my laptop closed. A lot of people leave their laptops open. The desktop, you can't close it, but they'll leave the power on their desktop. I don't. I think it should be shut down and powered off to save on your power bill, to save on the life of your computers. Make sense? All right. If you like this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. And subscribe, show your love and subscribe my channel. I need more subscribers. Come on, guys. You know you love me. You show your love and support, and I'll show my love and support. No one loses here. We all win. And we all a YouTube family. Well, you all have a great Thursday. It's beautiful, sunshine. It's going to get up to 80 degrees on my neck of the woods. What's the weather like in your neck of the woods? And what's the temperature? But the weekend, it's going to be rainy. Afraid I'm going to be indoors again. Can't seem to get nothing caught up because of this weird weather. We all know it's spring, but it still gets kind of cool at night and early in the mornings. But it's going to get up to 82 degrees. I don't like it too hot. I don't like it too cold. Well, you all have a great Thursday. God bless. Do something uplifting, cheerful someone. And let's get back to that reading and writing. Bye.